Welcome back to the Open Rotor channel. If you're new to this channel, recently subscribed, my name is Chris. This is my garage. I've been working on this 1964 Chevelle Super Sport for the last couple of years, customizing it to my style. It's got new suspension, brakes, rear axle. It's been rewired, just added air conditioning. The list goes on and on and on. Link in the description below. Check out the playlist. Yada, yada, yada. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much to all the subscribers who've been here forever. Man, I really appreciate you. Thank you. So what are we working on? Well, we've been working on this center console for the last couple weeks, maybe more. It's got a lot of things that are going into it, a lot of trick stuff. So let's get into it and see what we can get done today. And today's plan is to get these side panels stapled down, finally finished, and then get into laying the railing that's going to hold the top deck down. I'm really happy with the way these have come out so far. We got to staple down. We got to staple this down here. There we go, 2 panels. I still got to cut the holes in them for the speakers, both ends. Kind of see the round circle, but we've got the pockets in for the chargers and the correct color. So there's a little bit of foam underneath, feels really nice, just enough to keep your bones banging off of anything. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this has come out. All right, on to the next step. All right, so the next step here is to cut this metal to make these bends, because this is what this is going to sit on over at this end. So this is going to hold the deck up of the center console. So we got to make a bend here and up that direction. So I've already placed a line on here of where this is going to go. So we just got to put a slice in it to make this bend, and then we're going to drill a whole bunch of holes down the length of it so we can get that screwed in to the wood. Let's do that. Okay, so there we've got the first piece bent to make the full decking support. We'll cut that right there. Or maybe we'll bend it and go straight down the back so we got something to attach there. So we got enough. Well, that's looking good. We just got to put a whole bunch of little tiny holes in it for these little screws to go straight down and into the wood. We're going to use the wood glue and glue those in. That's going to look pretty good. Okay, so here's our piece of metal, and it fits perfectly where it's supposed to go, all out of one piece. I did bend it down the back side, so that way I can attach something to the back here. I'll probably put some holes in there so I can screw in to there. And then we're going to put nothing but screws here to get that thing down. Trim this and put that around there. Do that first. I was wondering what the heck I was going to do, so now that I know, we can trim that, put that around the bend. All right, getting there. The screws are now in place, and this thing is locked down all the way around. I left one out because I'm putting a bracket there that's going to hold the 8-track player in place. So some good work today. Just got to do one more. So there we go. We've now got the metal on both pieces, both sidings. Now it's a matter of bringing these two pieces together and turning it into one. That's the next step. Okay, are you starting to see my vision? Starting to get the design in place. Pockets for the cell phone right here on either side with charging, wireless charging pockets. And then of course speaker holes be on either side. Speakers, and of course that's where the stereo equipment and gauges will go. And then we still got to make the deck right here when the shifter will come out. Looks like the dash style, it mimics the dash with the little lines in it, and the factory style. So if I can successfully get that chromed with this entire piece down the middle, this is just temporary wood right here, but if I can get that deck the whole length with the shifter sticking out of it, this is going to be sweet. Okay, so we got a bit of a mock-up going here, and you can start to see you got the 8-track in there where the EQ is going to go. Yeah, that is something. That is going to look awesome. Let me bring you in and show you what we got. So we've got a bar now that connects back here, keeps this constant, and then I've put this adjustable bar right here. Now, if this piece doesn't work out and I have to replace this with something else, I have adjustability here to fine-tune it. That allowed me to tighten this up right here. Tried to lessen this gap on either side, but there's a little bit, not too much I can do about it. Maybe I can pull that in a little tighter, we'll see. But overall, it's, you know, that gap isn't bad. I'll put another adjustable probably back here. This back section, see, I got an adjustable right here, but that may get moved. That's only clamped in place right now. That'll probably end up over here, so I can adjust this this area. This will become constant. I'm going to put a piece of something in here, and that's going to hold the vents. This is going to be a panel that's going to be covered in the same vinyl stuff here, and that's going to have AC vents and a light for the back area, and then that'll get probably bolted to these rails or something. Haven't quite figured that out yet, but we're making headway over here. Now the next part is to get the bracket attached for the 8-track player. So the next step I'm working on is a bracket here that's going to hang the 8-track player right inside that opening, and it will also tie the sides together tight. So we got to get this adjusted in between these two pieces to tie this together really tight and in the perfect spot to hang the 8-track player. So the 8-track player will stay in the console when the top 3D printed cover is removed, so that doesn't have to be taken out. The gauges will come out with the 3D printed part, but this will remain with the CD player, or with the CD player, with the 8-track player in the console. That'll stay together. I'm going to go ahead and put the bracket on this, and then we can work on getting that bracket on there so this thing can get mounted. So the first step, I think what we're going to try doing is bolting that up solid. Let's see what happens. Here we've got that assembled. I did slot these a little bit to get some side-to-side adjustment. We can go forward and back. And the plan is to, I got 6 holes for screws on each side, and that's going to get hard mounted to the wood. And then this is going to stay in the console, and if I ever want to take that cover off, that can come off. So let's see if we can get that put in. This is going to be a trick because it's all got to be unbolted, bolted, screwed in. It's going to be fun. We'll do that. That's where it's going to go. So you guys may have noticed that I have 2 of these bezels here. This was actually the first one I printed that took 107 hours, and it was too big. It was off, my measurement was off, so I printed this one, which is the correct size, and then while repositioning this thing so I could do some drilling, I dropped the goddamn thing and broke it. So now I'm printing a third one. Okay, so here's our bracket in place. It's not quite exactly where I need it to be. You can see that that's not square. You can see it specifically over here. It'll come forward more, but now this damn thing's broken. I'm basically going to have to go print another one, another 97 hours, and then, yeah, have to align that better. But the bracket is in there, and this whole thing. Anyway, I guess we're gonna have to go set up the printer. And presto changeo, just like that, we've got another 3D part. There's the first one. Here's the second one we broke. And then there's the third one. Another 4 days to print that thing. We're gonna try and, we gotta clean this one up a little bit more than the other one. It's got some debris in here we've got to clean up. This thing will focus. And yeah, we got to clean that up. We're gonna keep building. This thing will focus, and then see if we can get this thing adjusted. We are gonna have to 3D print this and this. Still, we're gonna make a piece back here that's gonna be basically the same as this. Just gonna be a panel on the back. Gonna have AC vents in it and a light. So we're going to be working on that. One thing that is interesting about these speakers is they have, I don't know if you can see, this thing will focus, LED power, 12 volt. These things have lights in them, blue lights, which is very interesting. We're going to see what that looks like, or if we even use it. It might be kind of cool just as a interior ambience. This is not going to be black. If all things go right, this is going to be chrome in the end. Anyway, let's keep working. Okay, so one of the next steps we're going to get into is seeing if we can route the air conditioning line from under the dash through where the console tube is going to be and into the back of the console, because I wanted to have rear air conditioning in this car, which is something all modern cars have, and I have an extra port coming out of the air conditioning system. So we're going to put the top down, and we're going to see what happens when I try and route this air conditioning hose. I got some here. I picked this up online. This is the same size as what's in the car, what I used under the dash. So we're going to see if we can route this through where the console is going to go. So this is where we're at on the back of the air conditioner. Under the dash, the air conditioning vents are shaped like this. This is a piece of the ducting that came with the vintage air kit, and it's easy, you can easily bend it. These are plastic, it's really flexible. The Dorman that I bought is metal and plastic, and it's really hard to bend. I technically could get that over there, but it's going to be tight, and the plastic on the vintage air kit is a little fragile for that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this piece to go under the dash, down to the back of the console, and then I'm going to 3D print an adapter that'll go from this, just keep it round, straight into that. So now I got to size and secure the back of this. I've just had it kind of loosely clamped together, but I've cut these pieces that we're going to attach here, and this will give the back end of this the size and width that it has to have. So there we go. We've got the top and bottom bracket in there. It's nice and tight. This will give us a platform if we ultimately want to put a door on this, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna. But it gives us a place to attach a hinge, and then of course we've got a place to attach the back panel, which we're going to still build, and it's basically just going to be more fabric like this. And she's nice and tight. So let's see about getting this in the car and see what we got going on. So here's the first fitting in the car. And it doesn't look too bad. It's pretty cool. I think it's going to need to be narrower in the rear. And our seat belts are kind of an issue, but I think when this is narrower here in the rear, it's going to take care of a couple issues. So go ahead and take it out, narrow it, and put her back in. But I think it looks pretty good. The colors are pretty good. You can see where the speakers are going to be, kind of against the seat, but it's just the way it is. Pretty cool. Yeah, coming along. So let's get that narrowed in the rear, and then we'll put it back in. So readjusted the back, narrower, fits in between the seat belts. I'll go down a little tighter, and then the front is looking good. The gauges will go right about there. Okay, coming along. Man. So now we got to see about getting that air conditioning line through there. Let me see if I can get that in place. There's the air conditioning line. It's tight, but it fits. It's going to come out the back. I'm going to have to stack the air conditioning vents. I was hoping to get them side by side, but it's just not going to happen. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay. But we got air conditioning through and heat. You know, even when there's nobody sitting in the back of the car, that air conditioning is just going to help circulate air through the car, get it to the rear, cool the back of the car, cool the entire car. That's my plan. That's the story I'm going with, and that's what I'm sticking with. So that's pretty cool. So now the next step is to make the top deck. And we got to make the bracket that holds the stereo in. Oh yeah, no, the stereo is the question now, because that is going to maybe be in the way. We're gonna have to test fit that, and we'll see how it goes. Worst case scenario, I'll 3D print a duct that's super flat and then comes up at the back. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It fits in there. It's below the decking, so that'll work. Very cool. The next step here is to build this panel. I think that's what I'm going to work on. Get this cut out of wood. In order to do the exact same thing, I'm going to sandwich the pieces together, glue them, then wrap them. Basically exactly how I made these. I'm just going to make a smaller one, and then I'm going to cut out holes for the vents and the light that's going to go back here, and get this thing made. Let's do that. Just like that, we got a panel to go here on the back. These are going to come out here. So we got to put the transmission tunnel hump in that. And then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and glue that together, and then we'll cut the transmission hump. All right, we're going to let that dry, and then we'll cut out the transmission hump and wrap this thing with foam and fabric. So I think one of the things I am going to try and do is I'm going to try and make a little trough that goes in here, a little compartment. So when I lift the lid up here, there'll be a little bin. There's not much, but I got a little space before these speakers, so maybe we can just fit a little something in there. I'll 3D print that. Let me go work on that real quick. I've now marked the holes, hard to see on this plank, but I've marked the holes for the rear air conditioning vents. these actually unscrew and come apart, which kind of makes things nice to work on. So the plan is to cut holes and put those in there. I've also marked for the rear courtesy light. This is kind of nice. I don't know where this light came from, or if this was a factory thing, but you can tilt it up, you can tilt it down, so point at the carpet or straight back. But that's going to go in there. It's actually got a chrome bezel. This is actually metal, aluminum. So that's kind of nice. I'll get that polished up. That'll go on there. And then this will get wrapped. So we're going to go ahead and drill those holes out and cut that hole out. Happy with that. This area up here is going to get covered, so you won't see that, so don't worry about those wrinkles. As it turns out, this area is actually the top of the hump of the tunnel, so that does not need to be rounded. And now we just got to put the holes for the vents and the light in there, but I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. It's a nice looking panel. It finishes off what we're working on here. Fits in super tight. We're going to put a couple screws here along to attach that permanently once we get the vent in there. Now the plan after we get the vents in is we're going to 3D print a piece that goes over those vents and comes to a single and probably points down so we can get that hose attached. So we're going to have to make an adapter to make that hose that goes through for the air conditioning vents. But I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. Looks pretty good. Now the back of the console. It's now got a couple of AC vents which can be directed upwards to people, but primarily this is going to be for my dog who rides in the back. But yeah, that's coming along pretty good. Pretty happy. Like I said, you can just angle them up, get a little bit of AC into the back of the car, hopefully cool that whole thing down. And of course we got our light. That's in there pretty nice. Really happy with that. That looks really good. And it just fits into the design. It's nice and tight. I still got to screw it in, but yeah, pretty happy with that. It may be hard to see, but I have been also working on this plexiglass piece. Since I've decided to put a piece that opens here. I'm not sure if it's going to open this way or this way. I haven't decided. I'm 3D printing right now a basket that's going to go inside there. It's that shape, and it's not going to be too deep. It's just going to come down to the top of this speaker, so 2 inches deep, but it's a little something. It's actually more than what was in there before. It just had a little tiny compartment. But here's the thing. I'm not entirely convinced on my 3D printed design that goes right here. Although I've printed 3 of them, I'm just not happy with it. And I'm still working on Plan B, which was originally Plan A, which included this plexiglass piece. And there will be a covering over the top of this plexiglass piece, which I have not revealed yet. And then a 3D printed piece over the top where the shifter comes through. So I'm kind of working alongside. Now I cut off the back of it. It used to come all the way down, waterfalled over here. I cut it off right here, which is really hard to see, but I sliced it right here. It'll most likely get cut a little shorter. Once that basket drops in, I'll put it across the top of that, and then that'll enclose this whole area here. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, but I'm kind of working on both designs at the same time to see which one works out the best. That's what I've got going on. But yeah, it's coming along. I'm really happy with this. The vents, I have made my design. So once the tray for right here is finished, I've made a design that's going to cover this right here, and then it'll have a vent that'll connect to that tube down there at a 45-degree angle coming up and split into the 2 of those vents. Hopefully even air. Yeah. So there's where we're at right now. Beginning on this top door, I think it's going to do this, is my plan. I did buy this hinge. I might go get a second one, which allows this thing to open up pretty much so to here and then close. And I don't think it's going to need to be latched. I think that there's a spring in this that's going to hold it down. It's pretty strong, so that'd be cool. Just pull it up, it stands up, and then it just spring holds it down. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these 2 panels together, and then I'm going to trim the shape. Glued up, we'll go ahead and wait for this, and then we'll get the profile nicely feathered in for where it's going to sit. We'll round these edges and around these edges. Well, we're actually going to put a nice curve around this whole thing right here. Going to cover this with foam. I'll probably do 2 layers instead of 1 like I did on the sides, which should be really nice and feel really good on the skin. We're going to cover this with the same fabric that the sides of the console is covered in, and then probably I might do a panel underneath here in aluminum to give it both strength and make it look nice. And then we're going to see if we can get that hinge attached right here. I might go get a second one and put one here and here so it's got really nice strength. That will actually give it double spring strength to hold it down. This will not be locking, so it's not like I'll be putting anything, my registration or any paperwork in there of value. It's just, I don't know what'll go in there, but, something. Did a little off-camera work here. Once this thing dried, I went ahead and did some sanding and trimming, put a little bevel on this thing, some curves around to here. I was really kind of hoping for more of a bow out the front, but I think that's going to be fine. Enough to get, your fingers underneath it and pull it up. But we're going to cover this with some foam next, I think. Well, actually, we got to cut the holes. I got to go get a second one of these. I think I'm going to put a second one in. This is going to get a hole cut in the bottom of that. And then we're going to put 2 of them, I think, for strength. So I gotta head back to the store and get another one of these. And then, yeah, that's coming along. That's gonna look good. Been thinking a lot about this console top. Just not happy with it. So I went ahead and did this. I went ahead and changed the design. I wanted it more curved out front. And then when you go to put your hand to pull it up, you got something out front and arm to rest it on. It just seems more like the way it's supposed to be. So off camera, I went ahead and made this. Now what you can't tell is there's actually a piece of plexiglass bonded to the top of this. Here's the old one. You can see where it was squared off at the front, and we added this round piece at the front of it. But I put a piece of plexi on top of it for a couple reasons. Number one, I wanted it to be just a tiny bit thicker than this would. See if I can get it here. It's just a little bit thicker. And what that's going to do is when these hinges are sunk into the bottom of it, they'll be the thickness of the plexiglass above it. This was the thickness of the wood. So that was not going to work because it's actually just slightly, tiniest amount, maybe a 1/16 of an inch above the wood. So that way when we route out the hole, this is going to go into a pocket. You'll still have the plexiglass above it because I didn't want the foam to have a soft spot or a low spot back here. So definitely more happy with that design. It's got a little bit more overhang on each side, tiniest amount. Of course, when I wrap this in foam, I'm going to double thickness the foam compared to this. This is a little bit of foam. I'm going to double it up for comfort, so it'll be just a little bit higher, and I think that's going to look nice. So I think the next step is going to be getting these hinges in there. Presto changeo, and we've got these routed out so they fit in there nice. Hopefully that's where they need to be. We'll get those screwed in. I did screw something up though. While using the router, I had to mill a little bit into the plexiglass and it melted through. So I'm going to have to put something thin over the top of it. Like I said, this is getting double thickness foam. I just don't want it to have a low spot. So I'll put something super thin, flat over here, and then the foam will be over it. I don't think it's going to be a problem. But that was a little unexpected. I don't use the router all that much. That's the tool I use to route those holes out. Not a professional, not a woodworker. Just saying that again. But I think these are going to be cool. And we'll see what happens when we put these in. If these are going to allow the door to open. Let's find out. So after a lot of fiddling and messing around with this off camera, I've got this in place now. I didn't film it because it was just put it together, take it apart, put it together, take it apart a bunch of times. But we now have the lid. You can see how that goes in there. The back panel is not attached yet. I will be attaching this to the frame. I've drilled some holes in here, and that's going to get screwed on, and that'll hold that panel on, and then this just goes right there. And it's nice. I think it's good. It stays centered. It's pretty strong. I will be, obviously I got to wrap this now, get the foam on there and the material, and then get that all permanently screwed on. I've got to still 3D print the ducting that goes in here, and then this goes right here, and then I'm going to have to make a panel right back here to go cover that up. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, that'll go right around there. So pretty neat. Pretty neat. I'm pretty stoked on that. Making headway, definitely. Pretty cool. Definitely. All right, continue the work. So there's one coat of padding on it. It's nice. I just put it around the edges. We'll get that all nicely glued up. And of course, this is going to get covered in fabric and stapled and then covered again. But yeah, cool. Got another piece right here. Gonna put that on there. Wow, look at that. I'm very pleased. Got a few wrinkles here, but overall, I'm very happy. Double padding, it's super soft, really nice and comfortable. Set your arm on. This is not attached to the back yet. It's not screwed in, so gotta be a little careful with that. But got our tray in place. I'm going to be building a panel for the bottom of this, so that's going to look real good when this is done. Trim all that away, cover that up. It's going to look really good. Very happy with the way this is turning out. Got the hinges attached to the back panel, and that's the way it goes. And it's spring loaded, so that'll just stay down. It's not going to need a clip or anything. Man, I'm really, really happy with that. It is looking good. I'm glad that I put the round out here. It just gives you a little, you can just reach over and grab it. And of course, the panel will come down here. And there it is with the plexi on top of it. You can see how it just wraps up and then kind of tucks away underneath there. Once that's covered, it'll just be really nice. Really nice. I'm pretty happy with that. This thing is really coming along. It's come a long way. This has just been a lot of work. This is the biggest project, longest to get finished project of all the things I've done on this car. Because again, I'm not a woodworker and I'm not a upholstery guy. But this is coming along really nice. I'm just happy about the whole back section. Yeah, there's a couple wrinkles. I mean, I could have done better on that. I screwed that up and that. And trying to get around these corners is really difficult. Upholstery guy, he definitely know how to do it better. A couple wrinkles here, but whatever, man. Anybody walks up to me at a car show and says, "Hey, man, what's with the..." Yeah, that's for you. Anyway, we're moving forward. And we are 3D printing the ducting work that's going to link the ducting hose from the air conditioning to the back ducts on the back of the center console. And that should be done here shortly. We're at 15 hours and 40 minutes now. Should be done in the next hour, and we'll see if that fits. I got something to show you. I did a little off-camera work. I apologize for not showing you this action, but I got a surprise. Take a look at this. Open this here. We've got our little tray, 3D printed tray, which is pretty cool. But check out what's down below. We have ducting. I 3D printed a part that goes to the hose. That's going to go to the air conditioner. And it feeds to both of these vents. So now we have AC to the rear, all ducted up, and it misses this piece here. This goes back in here if I can get it in there, but there we go. And it clears all of that. Sweet. Ducted air conditioning to the rear of the 64 Chevelle. So the only real thing I got to do is I got to just screw this down, and that whole thing is buttoned up. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Next thing is to wire this thing up. We're going to put our material on here that we've got that I haven't talked about. And then we're going to test fit this thing in the car. But that's coming in the next episode. We are getting super close. So wiring, we're going to finish this deck. Still going to ponder the 3D print for the gauges and the stereo. We got to get the stereo equipment in there. We're getting really close now. Really close. I'm really happy with the way this is coming along. Yeah. I appreciate everybody watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Maybe consider picking up a t-shirt. Man, that would make a big difference. I see that like 85, 90% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. That means that if you guys were subscribed, I'd have like 100,000 subscribers, and that would push me into a realm that would help me really finance a lot more of what I'm doing here. That would just be huge. Anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.